Excuse me, in 2005, 2006 was the highest year that they had recorded. $548,200. That was an increase from the previous year of 21.55%. So if you bought in 2003 and sold in 2006, you could have made, do the math in my head, about a 93% return on investment. But if you look at the numbers and track it back, average over the last 40 years is 8.23% return on investment per year. So why did, all of a sudden, why was my home worth $900,000 in that short span of time, when historically we know that return on investment is usually between 7 and 9%. Unrealistic loan programs. There were people out there, we all know about them. No document. Well, you say you got a job, great. How much money do you make? Oh, really? You're a gardener and you make $375,000 a year? Good for you, you must do a great job. Fog this mirror, sign this paper, and you too can own a $900,000 home. So, unrealistic mortgage programs increased the values unrealistically. So now, I think we're pretty much sorted out. I don't think we're going to drop too much more in this area. We've already seen the numbers increasing slightly month over month. So when are we going to return to those crazy numbers? We have to now grow those prices the old-fashioned way, organically. Are you going to double your income, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, in the next 3 years? Because that's when your home value is going to double. When are you going to see a 40 or a 50% increase in your income? That's when your home is going to be worth 40 or 50% more than it is today. So if their property was worth $1.8 million in 06, end of 05, the beginning of 06, and they're paying $10,000 a month on that note, and it's 6,000 square feet on, about an acre. What is it costing them a month to maintain that property? $18,000. They've got the note, they've got electricity, they've got garden, they've got water, they've got all of the things that it costs to live in a home that size. So over the course of 3 years, $18,000 times 3 years is how much money? About $450,000? So at $450,000 over the next 3 years, if they sold their home today at $1.4 million, would they break even? If it was going to cost them $450,000 to live there for the next 3 years? Yes or no? Yeah. So would that be one way to show them realistic value? When you go on a listing appointment and somebody asks you, have any of you been asked that? When will my house be worth what it was in the top of the market? If the question is my house going to be worth what it was worth in 2005, 3 years from now? Well, what are your goals in the next 3 years? Where are you going to be in the next 3 years? Are you looking at retirement? Are you looking at children being gone off to college? You need to downsize. You have to remember, when you're looking, especially in that higher end market, it's not going to be a W-2 employee that is going to buy that home, because not too many W-2 employees are making those kinds of wages to qualify for those loans with the loan restrictions that we have on jumbo pricing right now. So it's going to be a doctor, a lawyer, a self-employed person that can prove that they've got the finance. But are they going to be leery on how much money they spend? Remember, a lot of these guys, their 401k went from a 401k to a 201k. Some of them went to a 101k. They got the money in the bank. They might be afraid it's going to be a 51k because we don't know where the economy is going. So I believe that the correct answer to the question is you have to ask another question, and then another question, and another question of the seller. What is at the heart of why they ask the question? There's obviously a reason that they brought you out to question what value is, right? They like you, they didn't have anything else to do that night, so they thought they'd waste your time and theirs and have a little conversation about home value, right? Or is there a reason? There's got to be a reason why they called you out. They're looking for something, and they're looking for an answer. And it's not just, when will my home be worth what it was worth in 2005? What are your goals? What are your plans? Where do you go back to that Ford? Do we all know the basic cells, right? Ford stands for? Family, occupation, recreation, dreams. What are those 4 things that they're looking for? Ask the questions. You've got to peel back the layers to get to why they ask the question so that you can give them the right answer.